Welcome, filthy animals, to the 50th episode of Blockbuster Mentality. That's right, episode number 50. I'm your host, Ben Secord. With me again is Mr. Vinny Malatino today.
I'm back. It was a good break.
It was. We are back. But and also with us again is Mr. Colin Victor.
I am on the force.
There.
The force is with me.
There you go. And may the 4th be with all of us. It is Thursday, May 4th, 2017. Like I said, it is our 50th episode, and we are going to talk a lot of... we're going to talk Star Wars today, because again, why not? It's May the 4th. Gonna talk some other trailers, and I don't know, we're just gonna shoot the breeze, guys. So sit back, relax, let's talk some movies. And to keep tradition going a little bit, it's episode 50. Gotta go over the box office results. Your favorite thing. I know this.
Wake me up when it's over.
And while I am getting that ready, be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, also on YouTube. We are on YouTube today for this episode, so be sure to check that out. Subscribe,
Didn't
like,
even
comment.
Tell me, bro.
Oh yeah, right there. See the hidden camera
Right there?
Yep.
Oh,
it was there.
what?
Yeah, it was there when we were doing stuff earlier.
Great.
I'm glad I
Thanks.
wasn't here for the
Yeah.
stuff.
You knew? You knew? Oh, great.
But as I said, box office results. So coming in at number 1 this week, man, I haven't done this in a while. It's like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike. Number 1 this past week was The Fate of the Furious, pulling in 19.9 million in its third week. Number 2 is How to Be a Latin Lover with 12.2 million.
Slow week.
A little
That's
bit.
number 2.
Yes, but it's How to Be a Latin Lover. I don't know how that didn't pull in more. Number 3, get this. Bahubali 2. It's a sequel. The conclusion.
My most anticipated movie
It
of the
is.
summer.
Yep, it is a sequel with 10.3 million. It's its first week. Number 4, The Boss Baby, 9.3 million in its 5th week. So there was always going to be an animated movie there in the top
Always.
5. And rounding out the top 5 was The Circle with 9 million in its first week. So yeah, there you have it. Box office results for April 28th through the 30th. But like I said, it is May 4th. Good old Star Wars Day. And again, it's been a while since we've done a show. I think March was the last time we did a show. So we did not get a chance to ever talk about that Star Wars trailer that came out, the last Jedi trailer that came out at Star Wars Celebration, and actually a couple other things came out that we can talk about on this show. Again, it's been a while, so let's kick this off. Let's talk about that trailer. You want to kick us off, Colin?
Sure.
What'd you think about the trailer?
I liked it.
Yeah?
In all honesty, I was telling Vinny, the day it came out, I Googled it, and I started watching this trailer, and I'm like, this is crazy. What is this? And I'm like, oh, I was watching the wrong trailer. I was watching some homemade trailer.
This kid texts me, he's like, Vader's in this? I'm like, what?
Say what?
I go, where did you see Vader in this trailer?
But to be honest, the other one looked pretty good. But this one, it looks good. Like, I think they're going to... I feel like Luke does not want... He's going to be the Yoda of this movie, where he's reluctant. He doesn't really want to train Rey, and she wants to be trained. And I wonder how they're going to play that. Or is it going to be something where he's not going to train her at all in the beginning, and then they're going to build into it where he decides, yes, I'm going to train?
Yeah.
I really want to see the dynamic of what Luke's character is. I think this movie is going to focus on him a lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got it. You had 0 lines in the last one. But yeah, I totally agree with that. I think it is going to have the parallels to Empire, kind of like Force Awakens had parallels to A New Hope, which I'm fine with doing. But, I mean, people call it a rehash, whatever. It's still a brand new story. But yeah, I can totally see that, him being a little reluctant at first at wanting to train her. And then obviously he's going to give in eventually. I mean, that's just typical movies right there. But yeah, I love this trailer too. It seems like it's going to be the most stylistic Star Wars yet. Just the different shots that Rian Johnson is doing. I love that shot of the island, like it's a long shot, but then you see Rey like with the lightsaber, training with the lightsaber, like way in the distance. That was awesome.
How many times did you watch this?
A lot, man. Come on.
Analyzing the cinematography.
Well, and also I prepare for the show a little. I do some preparation as the host. So, there is that. You don't remember that part with the man? Yeah, you gotta, try preparing. That would be helpful. But
I'll tell you why I didn't prepare for this part, because I just thought it was okay.
Okay. So yeah, let's hear from this guy then.
And I know it's a teaser. Every person I talked to is like, it's a teaser. What'd you expect? Force Awakens, I watched it like 5 times back to back. This one, biggest smile on my face in the beginning when it started, and then when it ended, I was like, that's it. I just needed to see like one good shot towards the end. It was basically a whole thing of training, and it was like the whole movie going to be him training her. Like, what's going on? I just wanted to see Luke with the lightsaber, and I would have been like, wow.
But they give you so many little things. Like they give you
for conspiracy theories to pick apart.
Kylo Ren's broken mask on the ground,
which we already saw in The Force Awakens how many times?
I know, but it was never broken.
It was never
broken.
It
was shattered. And then I was saying with that shot where it looks like Leia when she says the lightness in the dark, and they show Leia there looking at the screen of like the galaxy. And the way that she's framed is she almost has a silhouette of Vader, which is so good because she's a Skywalker. Vader's a Skywalker.
Right.
Ben's a Skywalker. It's like the Skywalkers have become, they're always the ones pushing towards the dark side, which is, I think they're playing on that a little bit, and they're going to make you think that Luke could be going to the dark side as well. I think that's
a big theory.
They're going to have that in there, maybe as a tease. I don't know if he's actually, I can't imagine Luke.
I think it's a tease.
Becoming the dark side. Because everybody else that's a Skywalker has pretty much gone to the dark side, and he's always been the hero. In every one of the movies, he's always been the hero. I can't imagine.
Which is why they might switch it up.
Maybe.
That's actually very interesting about the Vader stuff with her looking like Vader, like a silhouette, a little bit of Vader, because there's a book called Bloodline that came out, I think, after or before The Force Awakens, but it basically takes place 7 years before The Force Awakens, and it... like towards the end of the book, it's gives you the beginnings of what the First Order is going to be, and the beginnings of her kind of forming the resistance against them. But it's a big political book. It's great if you want to know like the political stuff of Star Wars. But basically, it's a little spoiler in the book for those who are going to read it. Sorry, but basically, Ben is off, or Kylo. He's Ben then, but Kylo's off training with Luke, and the political aspect of it, basically someone finds out that she's Darth Vader's daughter, and so that's brought out into the public, and that's actually how Ben finds out that Darth Vader's his grandfather. So I'm actually kind of wondering if they're gonna, if we're gonna find that out in the movies too. So that would be very interesting. Just a little tidbit in the new canon.
You reading all the books now?
Yeah, I mean, I've
started with Catalyst.
No, I read Lords of the Sith before that and Bloodline before that. But right now I'm reading Thrawn, the new Thrawn book that came out. But overall, I like the trailer. Like you said, it was a teaser. It gave us just as much, if not more, than the Force Awakens original trailer gave us.
I like what you said with the style. It does seem like the indie Star Wars movie.
It does.
I love that scene when they're going towards the AT-ATs and they're going across the desert and the white turns red,
that was awesome.
That
was awesome.
The cool visual.
Yeah, it was cool.
The visuals are nuts.
Yeah, and we got little tiny tidbits. Like you said, it seems like it's gonna be training the whole time. But think of all the stuff we haven't seen yet. We didn't see Snoke at all. We haven't seen anything with Chewie. We barely saw Poe and Finn.
You think we're gonna see Snoke in this one?
It's actually confirmed that we're gonna see him. I guess.
Are they gonna identify him, or are they just gonna show him again?
They're gonna show him, and I guess they even have a puppet for him this time. So he's actually going to be like, an actual, like, not a hologram. Yeah, so I mean, we have that coming. So we haven't seen any of that. There's some other things that we haven't. When we saw one shot of Kylo, I mean, we saw his mask on the floor, but then we just see that one shot with him with the lightsaber. So there's going to be so much more with him.
Yeah, and kind of upsetting. That scene with the fight when the building's burning and Captain Phasma's coming through with the troopers. I mean, that's what's that about?
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not
you're
gonna be
picking
training.
apart everything.
Because think about it, if you watch I don't know what the trailer for Empire looked like, but you might be like, why is he just dragging this Muppet around the jungle,
Right,
for
yeah.
45 minutes? But
No, it sounded like you when the Force Awakens trailer came out, and that's when I knew that, spoiler alert, Han Solo died, because all these spoilers were coming out, and it was just, I'm trying to stay away from everything. I don't even want to hear any theories. I'm just going in. If Luke dies, he dies,
Right.
I don't want to know nothing in this one,
We'll see. I like the trailer. Yes.
And the logo actually looked a lot better this time.
Yes.
than that
Like the
the
poster.
red.
Oh yeah,
The red, which a lot of people were hating on. But no, the poster's legit.
Right. I mean, what do you guys think's happening with? The one line we finally hear of Luke is, "It's time for the Jedi to end." What do you think's gonna?
He's got his theory.
Yeah.
What, by murder suicide theory?
Yeah, he was gonna jump off, right?
The thing is, I think he feels like the Jedi is bad in the end, because he has seen nothing but the Jedi's turn on each other and destroy each other and bring the Empire to the galaxy. It's like, in his experience, the Jedi, so he tries to restart the Jedi Order, and Ben comes along and kills everybody and goes dark side. It's like it's what he knows, and I think he just feels like it. I don't know if he necessarily thinks that Force users need to end.
Right.
But the way that the Jedi Order works and the training has to stop.
Yeah, exactly. Just because he thinks Jedi are bad doesn't mean he thinks, Sith and the dark side is the way to go. I mean, even Obi-Wan said, Sith deal in absolutes, not Jedi or, good people. But I can totally see that. Yeah, I think everyone's just going to the middle. That's what I've said, I think, a few times on this podcast, is just, I think everyone's just going to the middle. That's what true balance in the Force is.
We'll see.
We'll
Rogue
see. One really expanded the universe of Force users with, like, the Guardian of the Wills and, people who had Force sensitivity but weren't necessarily Jedi. And I think you'll see more of that as the trilogy goes along. Yeah. You'll see more people that have the Force sensitivity but aren't necessarily drawn to the Jedi Order. And I think that's kind of where they're going with The Last Jedi.
Yeah, no, I'd see that too, because even Maz, the little orange girl, she said, even in Force Awakens, she says, "I'm no Jedi, but I know the Force."
Yeah.
So I can totally see that.
I want to see them do a spinoff with somebody like that, man. Like, totally not Skywalker related, not even connected to the original trilogy or all 6 movies, 7 movies.
It's Disney, though, so if they can,
I want them to
do
just,
it.
Find. There's so many Jedis out there. There's so many stories they can do. I just want to see something that's not connected to anything and just start off fresh.
I don't know if they'll do that, though, just because.
Like, we have Han Solo, we have Rogue One. Like, I want to see something just.
But people have connections to those people. If you just went out and made a movie,
be risky though.
It'd be risky if you just make a movie of somebody who's Star Wars connected a little bit but not relevant. There's not going to be a big draw to that.
It's Star Wars.
To the hardcore fans, yes, but to my wife, she's not going to want to go see a movie about some random dude who's from Dagobah, that nobody really knows about except for nerds like us.
Right.
It's like, we'll go see it.
Yeah.
That's not who they're trying to. They want to make $1 billion a movie. They have to get everybody.
Yeah, because even when Rogue One came out, people were like, "Where's Rey? Where's Finn?" Like, because they're all thinking this is a sequel to Force Awakens, but yeah, like you said, to the diehard fan, definitely. And trying to see what else. There was other Star Wars news that came out at Star Wars Celebration. Speaking of not being prepared for the show.
Well, the guy who played Boba Fett was saying that he thinks that Boba Fett got out of the pit. I mean, that doesn't really mean anything.
Right,
actor,
Get out of here.
I mean, he did. He had to.
Hey, Yoda's still alive, too, man.
Yeah, no.
Force Ghost.
Yeah, did you see the that scene I was talking about in the background? Or like from afar, you see Rey doing the lightsaber. Someone said like part of the object that's next to her kind of looks like Yoda at the side.
Oh, really?
Which is it just a statue of him?
Well,
if not,
the first time
then
I watched it, I thought that was Luke standing next to her, but then you realize he's like up that hill,
right?
Yeah, like a rock formation.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. And then I actually saw a theory the other day. that, you know, obviously they found Luke's lightsaber on Bespin somewhere after Darth Vader chopped it off, but his hand has to be somewhere. Some people are saying, you know, that they can make a clone, you know, if they found the hand, and some people are saying the Knights of Ren are a clone of Luke.
Eh.
It's getting pretty deep.
Yeah, it's a little deep, but I mean,
But if like none of this happens, you're just thinking.
I know, but it's interesting, and guys, I mean, it's not. Obviously, they have that technology in the Star Wars universe. I mean, Clone Wars, the Clone Army, it was all made from someone's DNA, so it's definitely.
That just seems way out there. For
Yeah,
what Disney.
I know.
The whole history of the movies never gets that far out there.
Right?
you
Yeah,
know?
I know.
I mean,
It's always the
biggest-
fans
The
that get
biggest
like.
surprise in the entire Star Wars movies is that Darth Vader's Luke's father.
Right, yeah.
The biggest, craziest
One of the
surprise.
biggest surprises in cinema history.
I just watched a video compilation of parents showing their kids, you know, the movies for the first time, and then showing the reaction of when they find out Luke is Darth Vader's son. It's pretty.
Well, just today.
What'd your kids say, bro?
They
You should have recorded it.
Colton didn't get it because he was
No.
young, but
Yeah.
Scarlett was like,
Crushed.
she was like, Darth Vader's his dad. She's like, and it still doesn't really. I don't really. She doesn't really get exactly what's going on there.
Yeah.
Today was funny at dinner. She's like, what did Darth Vader say? I'm your father. And I was like, Luke, I'm your father. She's like, yes. And I was like, search your feelings, Luke. You know it to be true. And he's like, yes.
That's awesome.
He's got his kids humming the theme, man.
That's
train
good.
good.
That's good parenting right
Yes.
there. That is great
No
parenting.
SpongeBob, just Star Wars.
Like as I said about obviously Ryan Johnson is directing The Last Jedi. One person that I would love to see direct a Star Wars film is Christopher Nolan, but he may be
We say that about any movie.
directing.
You could
We were just talking about James Bond. Christopher Nolan should direct.
Do you know who should do the new Aladdin movie? Christopher Nolan. I would think he'd
Oh,
be
absolutely.
perfect.
You know, Lion King, Christopher Nolan.
I was just trying to do a smooth transition into our next topic, but
You know who
Yeah.
I think would be good for the live action Barbie movie?
Yes,
Christopher Nolan.
Parade brings some just great.
it's
visuals to
always
it.
the answer is always Christopher Nolan. That's the answer nowadays, anyways.
How about Spielberg?
Nowadays it's Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan. Spielberg, I don't know.
20 years ago, Spielberg.
When's the last outstanding movie by Spielberg? You know.
All right, Mr. Dunkirk. You're starting to sound like me now with Christopher Nolan.
I mean, I'm still more excited than Last Jedi than Dunkirk. I'm not going to be hipster and say, "Oh, I'm more excited about Dunkirk than Last Jedi."
Everyone knows you're
it's
going to be waiting in line for Dunkirk.
You made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, actually, when is the last like really good Spielberg movie?
Is it Schindler's List?
I didn't see Bridge of Spies, though.
Yeah, Bridge of Spies, but I heard that was quite boring. Yeah. Lincoln was before that.
Lincoln
Ugh.
was,
Daniel Day-Lewis was great.
he was the best
but,
part about it.
That was like 2000.
But he's kind of in that Tom Hanks thing where now it seems like he's just trolling for Oscars. Like,
Yeah.
every time he makes a movie, he's
Yeah.
trying to make an Oscar-worthy movie instead of just trying to make a good movie.
Yeah, exactly. Munich was pretty
Munich
good.
was good.
2006.
I mean, when did War of the Worlds come out?
That was like
7
2004.
or 8,
Yeah.
And he really hasn't made a movie that's mind-blowing.
You can get a little closer. Sorry.
Oh, I mean,
Sorry. I know beggars can't
I
be
mean, they
choosers.
gave me a distance to stick at. Now I'm like, hey.
Hey, ooh.
Last time I
apologize.
sounded loud.
But yeah, anyway, Spielberg, and then what was I saying? Oh yeah, Christopher Nolan. So
Christopher Nolan. How about Wes
yeah.
Anderson?
this sounds very professional, but if my internet was working, I'd look up the story right now. But you were telling us about the Christopher Nolan
Yeah,
stuff.
I know.
Why don't you go ahead and
IMDb had his company, his production company, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but
Sinco or
yeah,
something.
Syncopy or Syncamy or something like that. But they have listed, I guess IMDb's taking it down now, but they had Bond 25 listed as a future production for them.
Oh, they took it down?
Yeah, I guess IMDb took down, so that was our mistake. But I'm thinking that's more just them trying to CYA more than anything else. But if his production company is involved in the new Bond movie, then their speculation is that he could be directing it, which would be pretty awesome. I mean, he's said that he wants to make Bond movies in the past. I mean, and he says he makes his movies very Bond-like. If you look at Inception, a lot of Inception has a lot of elements from Bond. That the fortress scene at the end, he said he modeled after, a bad guy's lair. That's the kind of feel
Right.
you want. And even in the Batman movies, there's a lot of Bond themes and elements that roll through it. And I think he'd be good. I feel though that he's stolen so much from Bond to make his movies that he would probably just make a Bond movie. So
yeah,
and I think his vision would be great, and I think his direction would be great. And I was reading something they were saying he probably won't do 25 if he does one. He'll do the next one.
Yeah,
because he'll want to have more control over it since they've already started writing 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think he would be a good guy to reboot it. Not necessarily do the last Craig one. If this is the last Craig one, then let somebody else do that one, and then let him reboot it with his vision. And he loves Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy's been out there as a guy who could be Bond.
Who doesn't love Tom Hardy?
I said this on the podcast when I saw Inception. I said that guy would be a James Bond.
Yeah. And he's been on the list of people that might do it.
But that was when I saw Inception, when that year came out.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's, that was like, what, 12 years ago?
How old is he, though? As long as he's under 40, I think he's.
Well, he looks so old in everything he does, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
He's got a beard growing,
he's pushing
white
40.
Pushing 40.
So
wasn't Craig? How old was Craig?
Craig's 50 now.
So he was like
yeah.
what, 40 when he signed on,
he's
right?
under 40, and which is you want your Bond to be mid to late 30s.
Yeah,
especially now, you don't want to like a 12-year-old James Bond.
No.
Like I think Tom Hiddleston's too young.
Yeah. I think so too.
He's too much of a pansy. I don't know.
Too,
he's
I don't
too much
like
of a
him.
pansy.
I think we had this conversation last time. I don't like him as a Bond.
I never did.
I would think if you gave Christopher Nolan control and said, "Do you want Tom Hardy to be your guy?" I would trust that.
Yeah.
I think they would be a great combination.
Plus, they have a good dynamic together. They work together so many times. You know.
It's probably just speculation because Eon Productions, I can't imagine that they'd let another production company get their hands on it, to have enough to have their name on it. And right now they're trying to sell Bond to a major
no, I heard
theater.
They're tossing it around.
So
right?
they're like they don't even know who's going to release the next Bond movie. So
it'll come out in like 5 years.
Probably they
at the
like
rate
to do
they're
that.
doing it. Yeah.
They like to do that. They'll take these giant breaks where they'll go 4 or 5 years without making.
I thought Spectre was underrated. We talked about it.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I would love Christopher Nolan to do that.
Your next villain, James Bond. Go.
Well, Blofeld's still in it. He's signed on for at least.
If you could pick an actor to play the villain, though, who would you pick?
Not besides Waltz.
I would pick
to play Blofeld or just play a villain.
Play anybody.
I
think Tom Hardy would be just.
I know. I was just gonna
would be Bond. Like his Bane was so good.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you didn't even see his face the whole time, and he was still so good with his eyes.
Yeah. But they already have Batista is already kind of Bane-ish. He's just a big, strong dude. Who,
big, strong dude.
If you wanted to have like a guy who was the actual bad guy, not a henchman, but an actual villain, you'd have to have somebody that's like sneaky.
I think it's time to bring back the female villain, man.
Yeah, they have never really had.
I was gonna say Kate Blanchett or Helen Mirren.
Right,
Helen Mirren would be
Helen
like,
Mirren
she's so smart, bro.
She'd be a great
ridiculous.
I like that,
right, bro?
I like that.
Helen Mirren, man. She'd be like 10 steps ahead of James Bond every time,
and she'd
be so smooth with it. And she'd pull it off.
That'd be nice.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah, she should be the next James Bond.
She should be the next Bond girl. Depending on how old they cast.
One of the two.
Oh, it'd be great if they brought back one of the Bond girls and made her a villain. Like,
there you go.
Like Denise Richards.
Get out of here. She was the worst.
She's the worst Bond girl of all time.
Every time she,
is she still alive?
The world is not enough, right?
Yes.
Oh,
horrible. It's maybe the worst Bond line of all time. The world not enough ends, and he's like Christmas comes twice this year. It's like the cheesiest, worst Bond line.
Christmas comes twice this year. Wow. That was real.
Yeah, that's by the guys who are writing the next Bond movie, but they also wrote Skyfall, so who knows?
All right. What? Oh, 1 second here. And then also, a trailer came out the other day, yesterday actually, The Dark Tower, which we've been talking about since it was announced. Obviously, the Stephen King book about the gunslinger and the Man in Black. Never read it. I'm talking like I've
I had a friend in like middle school or high school who loved.
Yeah,
he read.
How many books are there?
I think there's 8 or 9.
Yeah,
8 or 9.
They're not long books. I don't think I remember the whole thing fit in like a little 4-inch.
Yeah.
They were small books.
And is there any book called the Dark Tower, or is it just the Dark Tower
I
series?
think it's a series.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
They each had they were almost like chapters.
Yeah.
Each book was a chapter, and then
So do you know if this is just how's it connected? Is it the first book? Do you know or no?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
for
not sure either, but my dad was a huge Stephen King guy, and I'm pretty sure he read at least some of these books. But
Everybody takes liberties with his books though when they make the movies, so
Yeah.
I imagine they'll do the same thing.
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
But the trailer. So it stars Idris Elba as the gunslinger, and stars Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black, who's the antagonist, the bad guy. Which right away, I think that's awesome for Matthew McConaughey to play a bad guy. Seeing this trailer makes me even more excited for it, because I think he's really gonna show his acting range in it. Because you saw True Detective, Vinny.
True Detective was probably one of the best performances you'll ever see in a TV show.
He was a cop, but you could see his
ridiculous.
his corruptness, and his you could see how he would play a good bad guy. So that right away, I was excited that he was.
But
gonna play
he's
it.
not. He hasn't taken risk like he has now.
Right. Yeah. That performance. But yeah. So I've been excited for this. So we finally got a trailer. It comes out later this year. What did you think about the trailer, Vinny?
I thought it was decent. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know any of the books. I
Right,
don't know
yeah.
any of the stories. All I saw was based on a Stephen King novel. Yeah, Idris Elba, he's good. Last thing I saw him in, I think, was where he trained the child soldiers. Where he got robbed of an Oscar.
Oh, yep. Well, because
Didn't
it was
even
a
get
Netflix
nominated.
movie, technically.
Beast of No Nation.
Yep.
Or Beast of a
Oh.
Nation. Man, have you seen that movie?
No.
It is nuts. He's a great actor, and when he looks awesome in this movie. McConaughey, dude, he took the words right out of my mouth. It's cool to see him play a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got the accent and everything, but I want him to take more risks. You know, and to see him as a villain, it's gonna be really cool. Looks like a good fantasy movie. You got like 2 different dimensions, and 2 different worlds, and if you do something in one world, it might affect the other world.
Yeah. Yeah, like you
Special
said,
effects look really cool.
like you said, I don't know much about the story, but I wasn't expecting that fantasy element to it in the 2 dimensions. So I thought that was a cool.
I just hope when he finally has a face down with Idris Elba that he goes, all right.
I know. Yeah, that is needed. That should be in his contract.
I just feel like he's gonna be. I don't know, man. Just judging from the trailer, I just hope he's not over the top. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he is, because I've loved him the past couple of years.
Yeah, lately he's had no over the top performances.
I didn't see a Free State of Jones though. Did you?
Yeah, that movie sucked, but he was great in it.
How about Gold? See Gold?
I did not see Gold yet, but I hear he's great in that as well. I hear the movie's but him again.
Yeah, he's good in like everything he's been doing. But when I heard he's playing a villain, I'm like, I wonder how he's gonna take it.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, the trailer it definitely made me. I wouldn't say I'm more excited to see it now, but it made me.
Cool.
It was an entertaining looking trailer, different from what I expected, because I honestly didn't even know what to expect. But yeah, even Idris Elba, and it looks awesome as like a BA character. Just he looks like he's gonna.
He's good.
The gunslinger. Yeah, he's killing it just from the trailer. He looks. I'm more actually like hyped for him than I was for McConaughey from the trailer.
Yeah. What did you think of the trailer?
It's good. I mean, I probably won't go see the movie, but
Yeah.
I don't see a ton of movies.
Yeah.
But I'm on this podcast about movies, but I
Hey,
don't watch a lot
it's
of
all
movies.
right.
No, it looks good. I never like Stephen King movies when they take the book and turn them into movies. They're never as good as the books, and if you've read any of his books, you're always disappointed when you see the movies for
Right.
the most part. So.
I mean, a lot of his movies, are 80. I think it seems like the majority of his movies are 80s. Off the top of your guys' heads, what's your favorite Stephen King movie?
The movie?
Like Stephen King movie based on a Stephen King book.
Green Mile's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good movie. I can't, because it's like some of them are terrible. Like, it was a made-for-TV movie, and
There's one correct answer.
what is it?
The Shining.
No. It's Shining's great. It's Shawshank.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot. Yes, Shawshank is.
I know a lot of
No love for Christine or Cujo. Come on, man.
Cujo's.
It's crazy how he can write something about like a killer
rabid-
dog, and then when you watch The Dark Tower or whatever, it's like so.
I know.
in
Yeah.
depth.
It's
I
crazy how his
loved
range
Killer
is.
dog, and then let's write this crazy
Yeah.
2-dimensional story.
I loved Christine so much when I was a kid. I wanted to
Christine,
buy a
man.
1957 Plymouth Fury because
Yeah.
I was like, this is
Did
the
you really?
coolest car in the world. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Shawshank is the best one.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Shawshank's a top 10 movie. I mean,
Yeah,
so,
Shawshank is
absolutely. Yeah, because he hasn't really. I mean, you got the It remake coming out, but even the original doesn't compare to Shawshank or The Shining. But I mean that doesn't really say much about Stephen King himself. It just says the particular filmmaker who happened to make these movies.
Well,
He's actually hated a lot of his.
Yeah.
his books are so long that if
Uh-huh.
you try to make them
Like 2
generally for a
hours,
movie, they'll
yeah.
be a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
which is what it did.
and I hear like one of his best books, if not the best book, is The Stand. But that is like this thick.
yeah. and
YouTube
they
people
made,
can see what
they
I'm doing.
made that little miniseries, and that
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
'cause
I didn't see it.
it's weird.
It,
It's
Gary
out there.
Sinise, I think, is in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
I
it
didn't
was,
see
it
it
was like
either,
in the
but-
mid to late 90s when
Yeah.
they made it. So I mean, and it was made for TV, so it was like a 2-part. I think they had it over like a weekend. So.
Yeah.
Wasn't the what was that creepy 1408? Wasn't that based on a short story by Stephen King?
Maybe. I mean,
I wanna
Running Man
see-
is based on a short
Which one?
story. Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I started reading that. It was the JFK book that came out like in 2011 or something. Something 1963. It was a new Stephen King book, and then there was a series on I think Amazon.
James Franco?
Yeah, did any of you see that?
No.
Yeah, I did.
Nah, I've been
I
wanting
hear
to
it's
see it.
awesome. I hear it's great.
It's like 8 episodes. It's a
Yeah.
miniseries.
Yeah, so we'll let's check that out, guys. Okay.
Speaking
Yeah.
of series, anybody out there watch Black Mirror?
Oh, you and Black
Yeah,
Mirror,
dude.
man.
Dude, I've been on
What?
Black Mirror.
Are you
Like
getting
ridiculous.
residuals for Black Mirror?
I know,
Bro, Black Mirror. Actually, a buddy of mine, I showed him Black Mirror. He watched 1 episode. He deleted his Facebook account. That's how scary this show is. Like,
Really?
what
Okay, so it's like kind of-
technology and how it's what we do to each other with it, or how it could
And
with ourselves.
isn't
like,
it?
It's crazy.
It's an anthology series, right? It's like
Yeah,
kinda
so
like
you watch
Twilight
one
Zone. Each
episode-
episode is different.
Yeah, you don't have to binge watch. Actually, it's probably better if you don't binge watch because it's so much to handle per episode. But the writer is genius, man.
So all episodes are pretty strong.
Every single episode I've watched is so deep where you got to pick apart the whole episode.
Have you guys watched The Handmaid's Tale at all? That's
No,
on
I hear good
Hulu.
things though.
That makes you scary about the future.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Handmaiden's Tale.
Yeah, it's based on the book.
That and
And,
Black Mirror, don't watch them.
Yeah, don't watch them back to back. You'd be like, I
you'll
don't trust
shut off
anybody.
your
Is there any
internet, bro.
any known actors in that one?
No, it's a. I mean, I think there's people I recognize in
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah, there's the girl I recognize.
it's
but I don't know where
basically
she's from.
it's they say that in the near future, like they're in our society, people have trouble having kids, and so there's a religious takeover of the United States, and they take certain women who can have kids, and they force them to have kids for like their masters, like the rich elite. Because they
Interesting.
can have kids. Yeah, it's
You made that sound really disturbing.
it
I
is
know.
disturbing.
like the way you described it, I'm like,
Like I was watching it the other day.
This might be worse than
my wife
Black
was
Mirror.
Like, yeah, this is.
Well, I just looked up IMDb. Set in a dystopian future, a woman is forced to live as a concubine under a fundamentalist theocratic dictatorship.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean,
I'm gonna have to check it out. It didn't release. All
almost
the
seems like
episodes.
No, they've only put out I think 3 or 4 episodes.
I'll wait
so
till the
far,
whole
so,
season, man.
Yeah.
only binge. You're only a binge guy.
I'm only binging.
Binging's easier.
Binging's
It
easier. but
really
it's-
is, but it's also a.
It's too much on your brain.
I like binging once a whole series is done, but if you binge a series like for 3 seasons and then like before the next season comes out and then you have to wait a week for each episode, that's torture.
But you can pick, like you told me actually, I binge watched Westworld in like 2 days, and you told me you should take 1 week per
Yeah.
episode, and I wish I did.
Seriously.
Because binge watching that whole thing in like 3 days was like, what?
Yeah, no, that's what I love. That was one of the main things I loved about this show was discussing theories with like guys at work and stuff, like
Seeing
in
who's
between.
right.
Yeah, like that was what was fun about it. And it's just like if you watch each episode right in a row, it's just like you don't get that experience.
You binge watched Westworld in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not have a job?
I do. I just stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Got 2 hours sleep. So.
He paid handsomely for it.
I did. I regretted it after that.
This is a movie show, but hey,
But
we,
yeah,
we can
I'm
talk
gonna-
about
I'm gonna
whatever
check
we
that one out.
want.
But
Whatever
broken,
we
broken
want.
mirror. Hey, break the 4th wall.
I thought it was Black Mirror.
or Black Mirror, excuse me. Black Mirror.
It's
check
so
it out.
good, I don't even remember the name.
That's how good
Broken
it is.
Mirror sounds
That's how
pretty good, too.
technology works. It makes you forget things. Is that kind of how it
Dude,
isn't
you
Dallas
have no
Bryce
idea.
Howard in one of the episodes?
She's actually,
she
because
got
you don't have to
nominated.
watch it in the seasons. You don't have to start off at season 1. You could just start from the top. I think it's season 3. And I think altogether there's 15
So
episodes.
give me like a synopsis of one episode. Like not like
All right,
spoilers
let's
or
talk
anything.
about
just-
Dallas Howard. That
Yeah.
episode. Sorry, I'm getting too close, getting too loud. But
No, you're good.
That episode, basically, she starts off and people rate each other. They go throughout the day. So say I don't even know you. You open the door for me. I'm going to be like, tell me you're calling. I'm going to be like, oh, have a nice day. Thank you for opening the door for me. I'll rate you 5 stars. And you have a rating. Say your rating's like 4.1. If I rate you, it might go up a little bit. Say he's like a 6.2. If he rates you, it's going to go up a lot higher. So sure enough, it's kind of like a credit. And you can't even get a house if you have a certain rating. You know, different things. You're judged by your rating also.
Oh, so it's,
And
okay.
certain people with higher ratings live better.
Yeah.
Certain people lower. But it's got a lot to say about, like, you know, you post something on Facebook, you want likes, or people being fake online. Dude, it's deep, man. It is so deep.
And I'm sure some people like manipulate it. Like I just
Ye-
don't like you, so I'm gonna give you a low
Yes,
rating.
yes.
Okay, interesting.
And that is one episode.
Yeah.
That
Huh.
one's called Nosedive because you'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
And that's actually the first one. If you go on Netflix in season 3, that's the first one on there.
Oh, there's 3 seasons already.
There's 3 seasons. The first seasons were like European, and then Netflix picked up the third,
Oh, okay.
and then they just added them all to Netflix.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll
But
check it
it
out.
is just such, like, it's crazy. There's a video game episode. But
you-
every episode's different, man. The music, the cinematography, the acting, and a lot of the actors in it you recognize. Like the Howard chick, the guy from Get Out is in one of the episodes from a long time ago. Gleason, he was in The Force Awakens, the redhead guy. You know what I'm talking about. He's in one episode with the first Avenger girl, Agent Carter. Like different
Okay, yeah.
actors are in this that you didn't know until
Interesting.
And she is a great actress, by the way.
Yeah.
Like when you watch Captain America, you're like, okay, she's cool, you know. But when
Yeah.
you watch this episode that she's in, she's a good actress, man.
Fire.
Fire.
Nice.
That heat.
Yeah. Now I want to go watch TV.
But yeah,
movies.
that rating episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie with, was it Dave Franco, I think, where like they had like the app that would make you do dares?
Oh, Nerve.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
one episode like that. With somebody.
Like those. It's
But
like,
how I described it to Colin, I think I texted him, is you know, a lot of movies where people take technology turns against us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, robots killing us, or, you know, going against. This is like a show where you technology and turn it against each other,
Right.
and use it against each other or
Yeah,
against ourselves.
Yeah. So
That's
like,
what's crazy about this show, man. Is it's
it's
basically showing how technology destroys us
Okay.
as
So
human
each
beings.
episode is technology based.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there hasn't been like, you know, anything like they compare it to Twilight Zone, but Twilight Zone had aliens. They had a lot of different things.
Yeah. Speaking of that Dave Franco thing, I'll probably never see it. The Nerve movie. Every
Never
time
saw
I seen the, you never saw it?
No.
Did you see it?
I heard about it. but-
yeah, I saw most of it.
Okay.
I didn't see the end.
He watches the first hour of each movie.
I predicted in the trailer, but does Dave Franco end up being the bad guy?
I didn't see the end.
Ah, dang it.
I kind of feel like at the end they're in like an
It's-
arena, and then they get a message like to kill each other, and then they just make out instead and like say we love each other. And
I
we're
feel
gonna
like
go
that
against-
is-
and
No,
we're gonna go
that's-
against the system. That's my guess.
That's Hunger Games.
No, I really think it ends
I
like
think
that. I don't know if it does.
Well, if
but
it is, that's the exact ending of Hunger Games.
I feel like they're gonna have to kill each other, and they're gonna look like, oh, we love each other, and yeah. We're gonna have to look it up after
I
the
know.
show because that's what I got from the trailer.
As soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, "Yep, Dave Franco's going to be the bad guy." I'm calling it now, and I'm still sticking to that.
You stay out. We'll see who's right.
Yep.
After the show.
I think that's. I mean, there's been a ton of movie news that we've missed in the last month and a half.
Have you seen any movies
But,
lately?
dude, no.
I saw Fast and the Furious or Faded the Furious.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was decent. I liked it.
Yeah.
I
You
liked
did?
it. Yeah.
yeah.
They're not great movies, but they're fun movies.
That's what I've been
This movie
hearing.
was so much fun. I actually liked it better than I probably say I liked it better than 6, 7. 7 was a little better, but this one, I mean, even Vin Diesel has like a crying scene. Like it's Charlize Theron was really good, menacing, and there's actually one of the first that I remember in the past like 4 Fast and the Furious movies where there was actual car race.
Yeah.
How much did they bring up Paul Walker in it?
They're still milking it.
Yeah.
They brought it up like good 5 times, and the ending has a big part with it. I think.
But in that universe, he's not dead, right?
No, he's not.
He's just
What?
off on a beach somewhere, right?
He's off.
Yeah.
You didn't see Fast and Furious 7?
No.
Yeah, he
I've seen
basically
the first two. I've seen the first two.
he basically
okay?
said enough with this life, and he's living on the beach with his family.
Oh, so I was gonna say I thought they were like taking care of his kid and stuff, but he actually
No, he has his
okay.
kids.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that's kind of messed
And
up
now
if
they
they
brought
do.
in Clint Eastwood's kid to be kind of like his replacement.
Oh, yeah, I guess he kind of looks like him.
He's so bad in that.
So Fate and the Furious, okay. I mean, how do you rank? I mean, I hear like from like Fast 5 until now, they're actually pretty good, and they kind of
Yeah.
pride
No, they're
themselves
all
on
good.
being kind of
That's the thing is
ridiculous.
they're all good. Unlike Transformers, like I could shut my brain off and enjoy Fast and
Yeah.
Furious. I can shut my brain off and still can't enjoy Transformers because it's so bad.
And it seems like Fast and the Furious, like, yeah, the trailers are ridiculous, but that's kind of their point.
That's the
like
point.
they're not.
And this
like,
almost
trying
goes a little too much, bro.
Are they trying to take themselves a little too serious in it, or?
I love the movie, and then the third act was just so ridiculous, where it was like it almost belonged in the sci-fi original series, you know. But it was still really good, man. I
Yeah.
liked it. It's worth going to see.
That's
in
the
the
thing
theater.
is they have to every time they make a movie they have to up it
Yeah.
a little bit and eventually
They have to
just
up it until
jump the
there's.
shark, yeah.
And then, what you said that you saw like a making of or heard something
Well,
about
yeah,
it?
I guess they're gonna make a spin-off with Statham and The Rock's characters, and I guess they sent that movie out to the theaters with an after credit scene with those two, and Vin Diesel found out about it, and because he hates The Rock so much, he made him cut it and resend out a new version of the movie to all the theaters.
That's
to show it, 'cause
crazy.
they're not in the movie together at all. They have no
They're
scenes
not.
together.
There's actually ones, and it's funny because
Ooh, Vin and
and The
Rock?
Rock, yeah.
Wow.
they hyped it up so much where you can't help but kind of pay attention to it. And there's the one scene where The Rock is like talking to him over a walkie-talkie, and you're like, he sounds pissed. Like it sounds like he's mad at him, you know, just because like you know what's going on in real life. You
Man,
kind of make
yeah,
up stuff.
Well, I remember
They're
when
not
that,
in it at all.
that whole thing came out, the whole beef with them that came out. I thought it was totally fake because WrestleMania was coming up, so we thought like
no, we
Vin
thought it was
Diesel would
fake. We
show
thought it was to
up at
hype it up.
WrestleMania.
And supposedly he's wishing him, happy B days online. So who knows if they're fighting? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's all to
Since
get
w-
money, man. But
Yeah,
I'd go see the spin-off though. Statham and The Rock together.
they have, dude. They're one of the better parts of the whole movie.
wasn't The Rock like a cop in it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like,
and he still is, but he works with them now.
You'll see what happens. Yeah.
Okay,
Spoiler.
what about
Actually,
Statham?
there's a really funny scene in the beginning.
Is
with The
Statham a
Rock.
cop?
Statham's not. Statham's
he?
in jail.
Yeah, remember
He-
he's in
dude,
that,
Statham,
crazy
like,
prism that has like the
He's
machine
bad.
guns down
He's
the
bad,
hallway.
and then they kind of switch him up, but you still believe it. You know.
All right.
Jason Statham probably has the best scene in the whole movie.
Is Tyrese still in it?
My boy Tyrese cracking jokes.
Oh man, and Luda's still in it, right?
Luda,
Man,
Luda.
they're all still there. I guess they don't have much else going on in their careers. They're like,
No,
mean,
man,
well,
that's
well,
all
what-
Tyrese has, man.
Would you quit a franchise that broke the record for like beat Star Wars for the biggest opening weekend?
Did
of
it
all
beat
time?
Star Wars?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
Force
that's-
Awakens?
Yes.
What? It did?
Yeah, it's had the biggest opening. It was
It's-
only by
dude,
like
yeah,
only by
you
a
gotta
ton,
think,
but
like,
it was
it's such a global thing.
I
mean,
saw it the first
that's
week it
why
came
they.
out.
That's why they came out with Tokyo Drift because it's so. Seriously, like that's.
Tokyo Drift was so bad.
I know, but that's where the money is. I don't know.
yeah. When you think about it, like there's a lot of movies that bomb in the U.S. and
Yeah.
they still turn a profit because they do well in
Yeah.
other countries.
You know what the difference between the Fast and the Furious and Transformers movies are? Is the Fast and Furious movies, you care about the characters. Like, they actually develop the characters. No matter how crappy the movie is, you still feel like you know Dom and he's all about family. And, like, you feel like you get him. In Transformers, you don't even know these people. Like, I don't even know them. I can't
haven't
care
seen the
about them.
Transformers
But
besides
people
the second
compare
one.
those two series. That's why I kind of brought it up. Is because they're like, well, if you like Fast and Furious, how come you don't like Transformers? Like, there's fanboys, Transformers fanboys. And it's like, well, I actually know these characters and I have fun with them, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of the only series where I can actually enjoy. Just take it for what it is, you know? And actually, the special effects and the stunts are really good.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's bad, you know? But yeah, go check it out. The Fate of the Furious.
Fate.
I'm just
I
trying to
guess-
figure out what kind of title they're going to come
They're
with next.
making at least one more. I think the same director has done all of them since 5. I think 5 on. He's done all of them, and he's doing at least 1 or 2 more. So, I don't know.
I think I'm going to call you out on that one because I think
Uh-oh.
the guy who did the last one did Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, really?
And they switched it out. I think Justin Lin did like the 2 before that.
Well, he's done a bunch of them. I know he's done
Yeah.
like 4 or
I
5
think
of them.
Justin Lin you're talking about.
F. Gary did Fate of the Furious.
Yeah.
And then, what was it? Fast 7 was was this the 8th one?
This was
the
the
eighth
eighth,
one,
yeah.
man.
Why didn't they call it 8 of the Furious? Right, guys.
There was more than
Right.
8 people involved.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fast and Furious 8.
Wait, is Fast 7 a thing?
It's-
Is that what
no,
it's
it
was
was-
Yeah,
called?
Fast and Furious 7.
But it had a different.
It was
name.
actually really good. No, it was Fast and Furious 7. Or
Was it?
Fast. Yeah, no, Fast and Furious 7.
Oh, was it?
Or Furious 7.
Something
Who
like-
knows,
yeah,
man?
They just come up with these weird.
The first one was The Fast and the Furious, and then I think the fourth one was Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
You know, without the.
Duh.
It is-
Furious 7. Yep, Furious 7, 2015 was directed by James Wan, and he also directed other movies. Conjuring, he directed that. He directed
Didn't Justin Lin pick that up though? The series?
no.
Or am I getting Justin Lin?
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
the same writer. I heard that somebody's done
Probably
a bunch
same
of the
writer.
movies
Yeah.
together, so
I don't know.
Actually, I
But,
heard there's a pretty decent writer with this new one. That's kind of what I was had high hopes for too.
but it's Star Wars Day, guys. Let's just wrap up the show with talking a little bit more Star Wars. All right, Vinny, is that all right?
It's all right.
Unless you want to talk more Fast and the Furious. I mean, we could.
It's all about family. It's all.
Alright,
I do it for family, Dom.
do it for
I do it for family, Dom. You gotta turn your back on family, Dom.
How was Charlize Theron in it, by the way?
She was fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually, she was one of the better. Like the whole movie, it's good, man.
That is one of the good things about that franchise. Is they pull in actors you wouldn't think would be in that
Oh.
movie, and like
Helen Mirren.
Yeah, she was.
Dude,
in it.
Helen Mirren's in it, and she is in one scene, and she kills it in the one scene. She's hilarious too. On top of it, but there's actually I don't know if this is a spoiler, but whatever. There's this part where she kind of takes control over the cars, and she's like, it's zombie time, and they do like this whole they do this whole sequence of zombie cars, and she's controlling all the cars, and it is so ridiculous and so awesome. I loved it. All these cars with no one driving, just driving off of buildings. This is awesomeness.
Yeah. Maybe someday I'll catch up on all of them. Maybe. We'll see. But, all right,
watching
Star Wars.
The
It's Star Wars Day.
Matrix.
May the 4th be with you guys. May the 4th be with you. As YouTube can see, I have Star Wars figurines decorating our YouTube desk. Let's talk about, let's just go around the table here. Let's give our favorite Star Wars moment. I mean, it's the 40th anniversary of Star Wars.
Out of any of them,
40th anniversary.
I know.
Out of any of the Star
including
Wars.
the prequels.
Favorite moment in Star Wars. Could
There's
be
a
favorite
couple of
scene,
with
could
Hayden
be favorite
Christensen I can
line.
think of.
Yeah, the prequels have so many.
Oh.
So I
There's just
can't.
so many
When Jar
things.
Jar Binks,
going through
hey,
me.
falls down.
Misa, no.
Or when the robot steps in the poop. That's classic, classic Star Wars.
Or the sand line. The sand line. They actually at Comic-Con, you were talking about,
Star Wars
Celebration.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen was there, and they're like,
Yep.
they legit took the mic and they go, one quick last question for you. How come you don't like sand? They legit put him on the spot.
That's great. All right, we're gonna give our favorite Star Wars moment. Like I said, it could be line, could be scene, could be like a set. I don't know, whatever. All right, Colin, we're gonna start with you. What's your favorite Star Wars moment?
I mean, Star Wars has so many good moments. I mean, there's movies I just was watching with my kids for
It's
their
impossible to
first
answer
time.
that question.
And it's like there's so many times you just get like goosebumps. Or
Yeah.
It's like there's emotions rush through you because you're like, oh, it brings you back to when you were a kid. But
Yeah.
there's the scene when Vader throws the Emperor into the
Yep.
pit when he's electrocuting Luke, because that scene is so great. Because right when he picks him up and throws him in the pit, the Force theme plays underneath.
Yeah.
And it's like it shows how the whole time he's always had the Imperial March underneath him, or one of the darker themes. And when he does that, the Force theme plays under, and it shows his redemption. It's like a subtle little thing. You don't even notice it. I didn't notice it until just recently. And I was like, is that the Force theme? And I was like, yeah, it is. And it's like
Yeah.
that. John Williams is great, and it's one of the reasons that the way that they went with the classical score to that movie that I think makes it stand out above other movies, because it doesn't have like a bad techno beat from the 70s, or
Yep.
it's not
Yeah,
aged
yeah.
at all. That
It
classical
doesn't.
theme
It's
just
not
plays,
aged at all. Yeah.
and you can put it. You can make movies 40 years later and use the same music, and it works because it's that classical. And I love it because it's when Vader redeems himself and turns back from the dark side to the light. Like, so good. Love
Yep.
it.
No, that is one of the greatest. I mean, that whole battle at the end, the whole lightsaber scene at the end is probably my favorite lightsaber scene.
It's a good scene, man, because
yeah.
I remember the first time I watched it where you didn't know what he was going to do. You know, he has his son on one hand,
when he's like,
and then when he
please,
redeemed himself, you
help me.
just felt it. No.
Yeah.
And the music, yeah, you're right. That's good choice, man.
Good.
Out of all the millions of them.
I know. I mean, there's so many good ones. Like in
Good
the
choice.
Force Awakens, that scene when they get into the Falcon on Jakku and they start flying around. Love that scene.
No.
And it turns to the Falcon. Is that what you're talking about? Where they actually get in it?
When they get in it and they start flying, and the TIE fighters are chasing them when they're flying through the wreckage. That's a great scene too.
Yeah, because back to that Emperor scene. Because Jedi used to be my favorite movie as a kid, but then Empire Empire is definitely the better film and probably my favorite now. But that whole last battle in Jedi is great. But my favorite Star Wars moment is more of a scene, and again, it has to do with the music. Would have to be Luke looking at the two suns on Tatooine.
With the Force theme.
Yep, the Force theme
is so good.
Yep. That's that scene. Just like again, the shivers down your spine, and just like gives you the feels. He wants something more, and he's looking out, and then just as a kid, you're always dreaming of things, and that's kind of the epitome of that feeling is Luke with that music looking out at the twin suns. With that,
as a kid, you felt that.
Yeah. It's just.
Did you guys know we were gonna ask this question?
I
was like, in here I got.
Well,
the
like
poster.
you said, it's almost an impossible question because I mean, it's tomorrow I could have a totally different moment. I mean, it's just depending on your mood. But
my moment's cliche.
Also, I'm almost. It's in my top 5 at least, but even though it's very new. Force Awakens, Rey walking up the steps on her way, that music building up to her seeing Luke on the edge of that cliff there, turning around, that music, him turning around, then playing the Force theme again. I think the Force theme, was it the Force theme?
I don't remember.
But I think it was the Force theme, yeah.
But, yeah.
Dun, 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 yeah.
That theme is so good.
Yes.
It's so powerful.
I know.
It's my favorite music.
But that was one of the best John Williams new scores right there. It was the build up to her walking up the stairs, that music, and then it going into the older music as she's handing him the lightsaber. Oh.
And then they just end it with him not talking.
Exactly. Yeah.
He couldn't
but it's so powerful.
Yeah, he could have said anything that would have made that scene better.
No. You didn't. Yeah.
Hi,
We're gonna say, hey, what up, girl?
Thank you.
What are you doing here?
It's my island.
My man just happens to be dressed in full Jedi outfit.
I mean, I appreciate you bringing that back, but that's mine. Why do you have it?
You think you look like Tom Hanks in Castaway? It's like
Wilson.
yeah, talking to some kind of fruit or something,
But I got to go with Luke looking, staring at the two suns. What? Got anything, Vinny? Again, there's no right or wrong answer. I didn't know you were going to
ask this question, but I just watched the movie. Might sound cliche, but you know what? The whole saga is about him. I feel like he's the main character in the whole saga. I'm going to go with the Vader on Rogue One, man.
Yeah? Okay.
You know what scene I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Basically, dude, the whole saga was hyped up, and that was, honestly, dude, you got to admit, that was one of the best scenes in Star Wars history.
That is the best Vader scene.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So good.
And since Vader, in my opinion, is one of the best villains of all time, I gotta say that, man. You just see the lightsaber and the music starts. It's just ridiculous. You didn't think it was gonna happen.
I know.
Everyone thought that was the last we're seeing. And when he just started killing everybody, and it sounds pretty bad, but that was just because I watched the movie, man. I haven't seen the old ones in a long time. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched the old trilogy in a long time.
My favorite.
I saw Rogue One 4 times.
My favorite scene. Is the one with the Emperor is from one of my least favorite Star Wars movies. I'm not a Jedi fan.
No.
You don't like Return of the Jedi?
No.
Dude, I love Return of the Jedi.
Good. I mean, they're all good.
Yeah.
But it's probably just it's bottom 4. It's in the bottom 3.
Really?
4, yeah.
I even have a sensitive spot for Revenge of the Sith, man.
I like that one.
Revenge of the Sith, the last fight scene, I always get choked up, man. You were my brother. I loved you. How can you not get choked up by that? Although the prequels were, the first 2 had its issues. But you gotta admit,
Yeah,
Revenge of the Sith
third
was
one
not
was
bad.
a lot stronger.
That was
than-
actually the first like opening night Star Wars movie I went
They'll-
to.
they'll- I mean, the main issue I have with that is not necessarily on a filmmaking point of view, but like more of a story point of view, is just the time they took for Vader to change. Like, I think they should have shown more of Anakin as Vader without the costume, and more of him being seduced by Palpatine, and not just quick.
It
Like,
felt
okay,
quick.
I believe you now. Oh, I serve you.
I know they kind of just were
Yeah.
doing him being Anakin, and
Yeah.
like, bam,
Yeah.
Vader, so fast.
Especially since
I mean, they did show some
since
things,
he
though, man.
He told
Like,
Mace Windu that he's the Sith, so Mace Windu says, okay, I'm going to go arrest him. And then Mace Windu's about to kill him. He's like, no, I need him. And then once Mace Windu's
but
dead, he's
you
like,
know,
okay, I'll
if
serve
somebody
you.
came up to you and was like, if you do this, your wife won't die, and you know she's about to die, you would switch shift and
Yeah, but he still
you would
turned
switch
him,
like that though too.
He
man.
still turned him in, is the thing. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, but I know what you mean. But
I gotta watch that scene again.
yeah. But yeah, Revenge of the
He
Sith
still cared
is-
for the guy, and he was probably closer to him at the time than he
Right.
was to Obi-Wan, to be honest, at that time.
And then one more thing: the 25 toughest Star Wars trivia questions in the galaxy. Let's try to work this out together, guys.
Colin wins.
It doesn't have to be a competition, but
James,
let's
first
just
James
see.
Bond, now this.
It's-
Come on.
It says we'll start off easy. What were Luke's aunt and uncle's job on Tatooine?
Moisture
Tatooine,
farmers.
yeah, moisture
I
farmers.
lose.
How do you not know?
You wouldn't have said that.
Dude, I haven't watched
Moisture
the
farmers
old
was the
movie.
right answer. All right, so let's see what the next
I'll
one
give you
is.
first crack every time. How about that?
In how many?
And if I'm like this, just go.
In how many languages is C-3PO fluent?
5.
6 million.
No, it's 5,000, isn't it?
Six-
Is it 6 million? Oh wow.
Well, let's see. You're saying 5,000. I'm saying 6 million.
He's pretty confident in that 5,000.
More than 6 million, he
Oh,
says.
wow.
More than 6
That's
million.
a lot of languages.
That is a lot of languages. All right, let's see what the next one is.
Does he speak Bachi?
Of course.
Spanish.
What is
Cinco de
the
Mayo.
What is the Wookiee's home world, and how do you pronounce it,
Oh.
Vinny?
Oh, I know what it is.
You know it.
It's the holiday special.
Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk.
Let's see if we were right. We were right, Kashyyyk. Let's play some trivia music. There we go. Do you guys hear that? Yeah. Okay.
Nothing.
All right, let's see what else we got. Come on, these aren't the 25 toughest yet. Who actually shot first?
Well, which version
Han.
are you going?
Who actually shot
it's
first?
Han.
It's Han. Come on, guys.
And it's better that Han shot first.
oh, absolutely.
Oh, it's so much.
It
he's-
makes Han
he's
Solo Han
gangsta-
Solo.
He's
Yes.
gangsta. They just totally ruined his character.
They
By
did.
why would George Lucas change that?
I never felt comfortable with him just cold-bloodedly murdering that creature.
I hope they kind of do something with the new Han Solo spinoff where he actually shoots first.
That's one
and they
thing.
kind of throw back to that scene where he's just like, yeah, sorry, George, we bought the company. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing that I wish they more stuff at Celebration was brought up. Was just maybe some footage of Han Solo, or
They don't want to give anything away.
I know, but still.
Well, plus they're hyping up Last
Or-
Jedi right now.
at
They're not
least-
even trying to hype up.
Well, at least an official title. I was hoping, because we still don't have an official title
They
for
should, I
it.
hope it's just Han.
Solo.
Yeah, that would be cool.
How about just Solo?
Solo.
Hey, 2 tickets for Solos.
All right, let's do a couple more.
Solo
More.
Only live once.
It says, okay, you know a little bit about Star Wars. Let's go deeper. Which character is partially named after George Lucas's son?
Oh, probably Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah,
Right?
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben Kenobi. That's my guess.
Just because that's your name.
Because Ben's
Yes.
such a basic name.
No. Oh, Dexter Jetser. It's the guy that owns like the
Dexter's
diner.
Diner?
Yes. Ugh, that's a dumb question.
Just for the record, prequel questions are not official.
Yes,
Star
that
Wars
doesn't.
questions.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Sorry.
Hey, it's still part of the saga, bro.
In the beginning of every Star Wars movie, we see the iconic crawl of text, followed by the camera panning down, with one exception, and that is, yeah, but this came out in 2015. This
Oh,
quiz, so I'm gonna say it pans up in Revenge of the Sith. Let's see if I'm right.
You know more than me.
I got a video. I got to show you why his hands
Oh.
are red.
Oh, I guess okay. Attack of the Clones. It doesn't say what happens there. All right, but yeah, these questions are stupid. But all right, one more. How many dewbacks were in the original 1977 theatrical cut of the first Star Wars movie?
0.
No, I think there were a couple.
I would say 8.
No, there weren't 8. There were probably 8 in the special edition. I'm gonna go with.
The dewbacks are like the big dinosaur
Yeah.
things, right? Yeah.
I'm going with 3. And the answer is 2. Dang. All right. So yeah, Star Wars. I'm glad we discussed our favorite moments, guys. But yeah, that Darth Vader scene. Ooh, I want to go watch it again. Rogue One.
I gotta show
Darth
you.
Vader
I gotta
scene.
show you a video after the show with it says why C-3PO has the red arm.
I actually.
Did you see it with Jar Jar?
Oh no! So it's
Oh,
like,
Jar Jar's like Mita, and C-3PO just like punches him through the stomach.
there's actually a
I gotta show it to you.
there's actually a comic that came out that explains why he has his.
Gosh. And
So-
make sure you read Catalyst before you see Rogue One.
Hey, you were all about reading that, and you never did.
Nah,
But I'm in the middle of Thrawn. That book is pretty sweet. I'm a reader. All
Time
right.
to read, bro.
All right.
You weren't a reader though before.
Oh no, I'm only a Star Wars reader.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me rephrase. I'm only
Exactly.
I'm only a Star Wars reader. All right, so yeah, that is our show. Yeah, I was a little rusty, guys. I was a little rusty. It's been a little while
been
since
a
we
while,
did this
man.
podcast.
I'm not even comfortable
but,
right now.
I know I'm so uncomfortable right now, but we made it. We made it. Episode
Umbrellas
50.
everywhere.
Episode 50.
Episode 50.
Yeah, man.
5-0.
Yeah. Woo!
The big 5.
It's Colin's second
50.
episode, consecutive
That's
episode.
right.
Your first episode, Vinny, was Civil War review. Captain
was
America
like
Civil War review. That was
40?
last May. So a year ago. A year ago was your first episode ish. Ish. A little over,
This
a
is
little
almost
less than a year.
Wow.
Yep. So, but next week, well, okay, so we're probably going to start doing bi-weekly shows. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Who wants
Okay.
to work every week?
Yeah,
It's a
come
lot.
on.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But bi-weekly, we're going to do.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes. So Guardians of the Galaxy.
We will be seen in the next
I'm going to
couple
try
days.
to put out YouTube videos as well. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, we'll be seeing, giving our review next time we see you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
When does Alien Covenant come out? Like the 15th?
You're the alien expert.
Get
Alien Covenant.
bro. Last time you were on this show, you talked about how that was your most anticipated movie.
Yeah.
Get out of here!
I
I'm
will
the
go see it,
expert.
but I will probably see it
Totally-
when it comes to TNT in 2 years.
Get out of here, bro.
Alien Covenant comes out.
Well, you saw the little video you told me about. That just made me
The
upset
prologue, yeah, the
because
prologue.
you're gonna give me 2 minutes and end it right before it gets good. Hey, we're about to go meet the engineers. Bye. We're never gonna follow up on
Bye.
this, but hey,
May 19th. It comes out May 19th. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy actually comes out tonight. But yeah, we'll see it this weekend sometime. Get a review out. Talk about it next show. But yeah, May the 4th be with you all. Colin, again, appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Vinny, as always, you the man.
You the man.
Hey, I try.
You the man.
Hey,
You.
you. Follow us on Twitter at BlockbusterCast. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to us on iTunes.
write those reviews.
Write those. Yes, thank you. And yeah, that's all I got. Any final thoughts, fellas?
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with
Enjoy
you.
a good Star Wars movie this weekend. If
Yes.
You
Mm-hmm.
can. I would suggest Attack of the Clones.
May-
Superior to all the other ones.
Maybe read a
Too
nice.
sandy.
Maybe read a nice Star Wars book while you cuddle up on the couch on the fine Saturday afternoon.
I'm binge watching Clone Wars right now, so
Ooh,
yes.
nice.
You ever seen Rebels?
I watched like the first season and I have not been able to. I
Really?
just kind of switched to Clone Wars and I'm going to jump back into Rebels.
Yeah,
I've done with
definitely
Clone Wars.
jump into Rebels. I mean, there's a lot of filler episodes, but it gets deeper into the whole them going into the middle thing. The last episode of Rebels definitely goes into that.
And
a
Darth
little
Maul's
bit.
on that, right?
Yeah, or was.
And Darth Vader's on that too?
Yeah, I mean he makes appearances. Yep. All right. That's our show. Again, may the 4th be with you all. Follow us on Twitter at BlockbusterCast.
Peace.
Outsies.
Deuces. All right. And as always, grab your popcorn, grab your snacks. I'll catch you guys at the movies.